Fox All-Star Champion. These are Angler of the Year race. Coming out the field, Tennessee,
All right, first day, Lake Champlain. I decided to start with largemouth. I had a place where I really thought I could catch them good. I'd already fished it at this point in time and didn't get bit. So I just started kind of fishing some docks that were in the area and caught this decent largemouth to start with, flipping a Terminator Pros jig. That's just a great bait for me anytime I'm fishing docks and stuff. But caught that little one there and went out and fished around one of those gaps, and my GoPro was a little high being up on that pole where I had it to get under this bridge, so I had to pull it off, lay it down while I fished around that gut. And those are really common places. A lot of people fish those on St. Clair or Champlain, and I mean they always hold fish. But you can see I apparently left it at just a good enough angle to be able to see swinging that one in. Just a small fish I caught on a bladed jig, fishing around that little cut through. Don't get dizzy right here when I stand the camera back up, but you can see that it was on those rocks right there, just right beside that cut through. Those are, again, just always good places. They funnel the water, and it seems like those fish are always using them. I finally, after that, decided to go to some smallmouth stuff that I really should have started on, and I did the next couple days, and that was really the way to go. Starting on those largemouth was not a good move. I should have started on these smallmouth. Seemed like they bit best early. First 2 or 3 hours were key for those smallmouth. Throwing a storm spy bait here, just fishing along kind of breaks and underwater reefs and stuff that were, 8 to 12 foot. And after I caught a couple here, I picked up a Ned rig. And this was actually one of the very first fish I ever caught on a Ned rig. Was this year up at Champlain. And that's the coolest thing about those smallmouth is the way they jump, man. They just don't give up. And this was up into the day at this point, 11 or 12 o'clock, and this was either my third or fourth fish right here. I had really struggled at this point in time. Like I said, going to those largemouth was a bad move, and the fish I'd caught, this would be my biggest fish at the time. So it was really a pretty tough day for me to get to this point. But thankfully, after I finished my limit out, things turned around. There was even I think that smallmouth there was about 3 1/4. And there was even some fish that real late in the day I wasn't able to catch on my GoPro. You probably saw this one already posted on my Instagram page. So I'd already caught one decent largemouth at this point, and pitched that 3 1/4 ounce Terminator under that dock there, and that fish, I mean, he about choked it, but and that one was real close to 4 pounds, and culled out a little bitty fish. So that was, that was a big cull late in the day, and then ended up catching a couple more, one on a frog and then another really good smallmouth right before I came in, to end up with that good bag that day.